Welcome to the intersection of technology, cybersecurity, and society. Welcome to ITSP Magazine. Knowledge is power, now more than ever.
Marco.
Sean, we made it the second time.
We're on a roll.
Yeah. Roll of
back-to-back recaps.
Hey, it's more than what I expected, that's for sure.
Right?
Yeah, I'm excited. Same play.
We've had a few shows that were pretty consistent on a weekly basis. We can probably attribute that to with Diana Kelley.
Yeah.
She kept us on.
First of all, it was fun. Second, it was put on the calendar way ahead. And so I think we should learn from that. We just say, hey, this day we're going to do it and we're going to do it. And as a matter of fact, here we are with a view of, if you're watching, there's a view of LA from the Griffith Observatory and a UFO flying by. I swear, it's true. True story.
It is true. It happened. No augmentation whatsoever in that photo.
No Photoshop at all. We don't have fun with that at all. Well, why are we here, Sean, though? Why are we here?
Well, I think so far good response from our first episode, which is pretty
cool. A lot of people watch it on YouTube, and I'm like, it must be because we made ourselves so small.
I know.
That they don't actually have to watch us, and they're like, oh, I'm enjoying the view. But
that's right.
Who knows? Let's see what happened at this one.
It's all about the scenery. And so for those listening and watching, this is where Marco and I kind of get together and catch up and recap what's going on, maybe fun, interesting things coming up around the corner, and basically just say hi to everybody and give you an update. And I think, Marco, obviously there's a big event coming in a couple of weeks. So a lot of what we've been doing and our hosts have been doing, and we're preparing a lot to support is the conversations at RSA that we're lining up. So I actually want to take the time to start to maybe kind of outline some of that, what's going on there. I'll start with the broadcast alley, and I'm going to quickly go through what's going on. So a number of our hosts are hosting panel conversations in the broadcast alley in Moscone West. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Just quickly, on Tuesday, 3 p.m., Phillip's hosting Hacker Factory podcast with Jason Haddix, Ben Sadeghipour, and Daniel Miessler. I probably butchered all of their names, but they're going to talk about cybersecurity content creation. The three of them do a lot of training materials and community-related content, including Phillip, obviously, with his podcast. So that's going to be really cool. We just recorded a podcast with MK. He's also going to have a panel there looking at identifying, developing, and nurturing diverse leaders in cybersecurity with folks from the leadership board at CyberSecurity. And so he has Sherron, Burgess, Larry Whiteside Jr., and Julian Waits joining him for a talk around why do we have a problem with security talent when there are so many people out there that can help us fill that gap.
And I'm going to take a pause here I'm going to ask you to pause because you mentioned we just literally recorded the welcome show with MK, and we had a fantastic conversation. You know, usually when somebody's new on the network, we have a chat, we talk about what they envision, why they're creating a show, what is to motivate them. And this one is going to be great. It's going to be about leadership, being a leadership student, which I think we kind of all agree that you never end to be a student. You always need to keep learning, and fantastic conversation. So I didn't want to even stop that conversation. So I'm excited for all the one that MK is going to have. He's a fantastic speaker and leader.
We probably would have kept going, but he had an episode to record, so we had that
exactly.
hard stop. sitting in front of us.
Yep.
Speaking of new host and new show, Kayla Williams and Taylor Parsons, we just produced their introductory episode we had with them, and they have 2 episodes out as well for the Lockdown podcast. And at RSA in the Broadcast Alley on Monday the 24th at 2 p.m. they're going to be doing a discussion on elephants in the room, how the pen testing and GRC worlds collide, which is very much in tune with their show, of course. And they have Bryson, Bort, and Sonal Agrawal joining them for that. And
are you calling Bryson an elephant? Is that what you're doing?
I think we joked about.
Is he the elephant in the room?
I'm not saying who's an elephant or not. I think Bryson prefers unicorns, if I'm not mistaken.
I know. And I think that in Moscone West, you can fit both an elephant and a unicorn, and you still have room for a lot of people.
Me and Bryson, the elephant and the unicorn. Yes. And let's see. I'm going to move down to Chloe Mastagi, Security Strategy Podcast. She has a panel on prioritizing security team wellness, building resilience and proactivity in cybersecurity. And she has our good friend Diana Kelley and another good friend Edna Conway joining her for that. Obviously Chloe has some really good insights on the human element of cyber. And so I'm excited for that one. That is, if I didn't say, that's Tuesday at 2 p.m. Broadcast Alley, Moscone West. And then Ben Schmerler from IoT Village fame and co-host of the Tech Done Different podcast. He's doing a topic or conversation around managing risks when there are too many cooks in the kitchen. And he has one secret guest and then one announced guest, Arvind Bansal, who is a CISO for Nissan Motor Corporation. And the other guest will be announced shortly. I'm quickly going to go to Alyssa Miller. She's still wrangling guests, but she's going to be looking at how CISOs can navigate the legal landscape, uniting security to the business. And she's doing that on Wednesday at 11. So all these folks, amazing content or conversations, amazing guests. Come and support them. Come and say hi. Come and meet them. Meet the guests. Hear the conversation before we even produce it. So anything to add, Marco, before I...
I heard that you're having some conversations too there. So if you want to promote yours, or maybe you wait for next week, because we're going to reconnect again before our RSA conference. So maybe you want to say that there, or feel free to do it now. Don't be shy. Come on.
I won't be shy. So two important conversations in my mind. Augmenting the InfoSec analyst. So I'm going to be looking at the role of generative AI and other AI-like technologies in security operations. So how can analysts use AI technology to be better analysts? And I have Leah McLean, Diana Kelley again is joining me, and Davi Ottenheimer are going to be rounding out that conversation with me. It's going to be super cool. I've already had a few conversations on redefining cybersecurity this week that inevitably we end up talking about this topic. So that the no lack of ways to think about how this can be done. So I'm super excited for that. And then lastly, that's Monday to kick it off, 1 p.m. Monday afternoon. And the other is back to my roots in the business of security. Marco, you and I have had many conversations on this, but there's this idea of minimum viable security, and I'm going to wrap that around budgeting. And so I have Sarah Freeman, Mega Kelsey, and Christy Westfall joining me to talk about how we can successfully understand what technologies are needed, how to prioritize them for our programs, and then ultimately how do we communicate the budget needs to get those tools and other technologies in place for our programs. So,
I'm impressed.
Fully packed. Yeah.
I'm impressed by the lineup, the quality of the topic, the conversation. I mean, you mentioned some names there that they are actually speaking also at RSA conference. So they speak the year before. So, I mean, really relevant conversation. And talking about that.
I think they're all speakers, all the guests, all the panelists.
All of them?
Speakers.
All right. So. That's amazing. That's why I'm going to enjoy it from the back, or maybe I'll be hanging outside in the garden, right outside there. I'm going to take this couple of minutes we got left to talk still about some conversation that we already have, because if you've been following us, this is the 8th year that we have been media partner with RSA conference, and from the first year we had this idea of the chats on the road, which were not really that creative, because that was actually what we were doing. We were having chats on the road by driving
literally in the car
to San Francisco from LA, and visiting beaches and fields full of cows. And also we re-experienced the same thing going to Las Vegas for Black Hat at DEF CON back in the day. So it's stick. Either we drive it or not nowadays. We start way earlier. We call it Chats on the Road. And I think we already had 7, something like that, recorded even more. But last week, which is on our latest newsletter, you can find of ITSPmagazine.com, right on the homepage there. You'll see a picture of a trolley in San Francisco. You click on that, you'll see that we had a chat with Karen Eber about storytelling. She is going to be talking about the importance of telling story, even in cybersecurity, where sometimes maybe we haven't thought about that so much. But I love the topic. So we're going to have it back on, actually, to talk about our book about storytelling. Then we had more conversation with our friends from the Aerospace Village, which is sort of our special coverage with our friend Steve Lusinski. We had Henry Danielson, Adam Shewer from City Cubed, and Chris McDaniels. And then Sean, you had a conversation
of your
own.
We talked about UFOs with propellers, aka drones.
Drones, that's right. And something that we have recorded just 2 days ago, we haven't published it yet. We talked with Ken Munro, and that was a fun conversation with a special guest, one of the actors from the movie Airplane. I don't know if it was really an actor, but it was actually in the movie quite a bit. An inflatable captain, if you remember the movie.
Inflatable captain, yes.
Really funny.
Worth catching that one. Great conversation too. Can you hack a plane? Yes, but no, but yes. Short of that. And then Marco, to kind of round out the coverage stuff, I had a chance to connect with Alan Friedman from CISA fame, who has done a tremendous amount of work looking at supply chain security, software security, and bill of materials security, software bill of materials security, SBOMs. And so I caught up with him. I saw a post from him, and he said, "I'm bummed my talk for RSA didn't get accepted, but I'm super happy that there are dozens of talks on SBOMs that did." So clearly, the work he's done has made an impact, and others now are talking about it in the context of their own ways that they do things in the industry and at their own work and in their own jobs. So he and I talk about the past, present, and future of that, and the continued work that the CISA team is doing in this realm, with some good links in the episode notes for that too, for those interested in SBOMs.
So definitely more conversation than usual, which it happens right when we are right before a big event, because we just start talking with people way ahead. Our goal is to fill the rooms with people that wants to listen to them, or people waiting for the on-demand content that will come eventually later on. And in the meantime, you can get our own. One thing I want to do to close this is, we know people are listening, thankfully. We're very grateful for that. And now people are watching as well on our YouTube channel. If you really want to hear conversation about a topic that you are interested in the term of cybersecurity, technology, society, that intersection of something about humanity and technology, which is what we talk about, throw it out there. Leave a comment. Let us know. Even if you have in mind a great guest, let us know. We are always happy to have great conversation, and we do our best to share it with everyone. So we're thankful for all the audience that is following us, and we're thankful, let's close with that, with the sponsors that are allowing us to actually go to RSA conference. And so far, they're Black Cloak, Sandbox AQ, and Brinka.
Exactly. Yep. You can hear the Black Cloak story about executive cyber protection. That's already published. We're actually nearly ready to get the Sandbox AQ one done. That one's pretty cool. Quantum and AI and cryptography. I'm just going to leave it at that. It's an important conversation, and Brinka will be coming soon. So thankful for all of them for supporting us to help bring this together, and be sure to listen to their stories and connect with them online as well.
And with that, we're going to say goodbye.
Peace out.
We stayed in almost 15 minutes. I think it's enough of the two of us. Stay tuned. We'll be back next week. And I have a feeling that maybe when we are at RSA, we'll record it from there. We'll see. Yeah, we'll get creative. So follow us. If you cannot come to San Francisco, you can come with us. Wherever you are, just follow our website, and in particular the page where we talk about everything RSA conference. And stay tuned. Subscribe. Be merry. Ciao, ciao.
We hope you enjoyed this conversation. If you learned something new and this story made you think, then share ITSPmagazine with your friends, family, and colleagues. If you represent a company and wish to associate your brand with our conversations, sponsor one or more of our columns. We hope you will come back for more stories and follow us on our journey. You can always find us at the intersection of technology, cybersecurity, and society.